Days after the Indian economy became the fourth largest in the world, surpassing Japan, there is now updates coming in as far as the growth rates of the Indian economy, extremely heartening numbers. It seems that the fourth quarter of the financial year. Now, what is that? That is the January, February, March period of this year, where the growth rate of the GDP numbers is seen to be at 7.4%, much higher than what many, in fact, estimated it to be. It was expected to be at about sub 7%. What's the reason for this growth rate? How does this impact the overall annual growth cycle of India? The areas where more focus is needed to ensure that we continue to grow higher. All that questions I'm going to put forth to my colleague Sakshi, who joins me live to decode that for us. Over to you, Sakshi. Tell us more about these numbers and, of course, where is it that the roadmap lies in terms of the Indian economy's growth?
Absolutely. The fourth quarter GDP data coming in better than expectations, like you were explaining, at 7.4% versus 6.2% witnessed in the third quarter. What really have been the key factors for this outperformance? Well, agriculture, private consumption and infrastructure sectors outperforming really are the key leading indicators, and that is why we have seen this data come in as strongly as we have. Now, the full year GDP data, of course, that has been a disappointment. That has come in at a 4-year low. The FY25 GDP data, however, has retained estimates at 6.5%. Now, NDTV has been speaking to economists and experts alike, and when we question them as to why has this happened, there are, of course, 2 or 3 factors coming in. Of course, manufacturing growth has slowed. We have seen a culmination. Remember, the full year GDP data is a culmination of the previous quarter's performance as well, and that really is the reason why we have seen the full year GDP come in at 6.5%. However, economists are upbeat, as remember, these have been geopolitically uncertain times, and we have seen India's economy outperform in the fourth quarter. India still retaining the world's largest and the major economy, growing at the fastest pace mark there. And of course, experts and economists believe that, look, with further investments and of course a further push coming in from land reforms and investments altogether, India can continue to retain and of course continue to grow at the fastest pace in the world.